Donc, Aslema. Welcome, everyone. I'm going to switch to English. Thank you very much for the introduction. As you may have seen, it's an all-women's panel, and I want us to look at this and actually internalize this. So thank you to the ladies for being present this afternoon. And also, I would like to have the panel to be trilingual, so the ladies will be free to speak in either French, English, or in Arabic. Thank you. I'm Mme.Uta Staschewski. I'm the regional representative of the Hanns Seidel Foundation. The reason why I'm sitting here is that the Hanns Seidel Foundation is currently building a global project that's named Digital Technologies and Politics. We specifically look at the impact digital technologies has and have on societies. We are particularly looking at how the attention economy has been changing our societies, how technology in and itself is not neutral, but has an effect on how we build our opinions. So we all think that technology, and I can refer to the previous presentation of Mohammed Neef, technology is all very positive. It helps us to get easier through life. It helps us find our mate. It helps us get a taxi easily, get around in the city, etc., and just to get in touch with people. But it also has negative externalities. It has changed our society significantly, and that has become clear not just after the Facebook files have been published. And I don't know whether the audience knows that, but one aspect the Facebook files have remarked is that, for instance, Instagram has an effect on the mental health of young women. But also, and that's what we are looking at in particular at Hanns Seidel Foundation, it's not just that digital technologies and particularly social media has an effect on us individually and our mental health, but it also has an effect on our societies. So I'm just mentioning a couple of phrases. For instance, polarization. That's an issue that has actually come up with the algorithms of social media. Because everyone wants to kind of appeal to the algorithm of social media, which actually puts up or makes viral everything that is controversial, that's new, that's fear-based, and that kind of triggers us in a way, in a positive as well as a negative way. That has led to the occurrence of mis- and disinformation. We've also seen during COVID times a lot of conspiracy theories coming up. We all know the polarization of I'm an anti-vaxxer or I'm pro-vax. So there you have it. There's no gray zones. I'm either this or that. So not much conversation about the gray areas. Fake news and deepfakes. Why are they so popular? Why are they occurring? Because it's actually, if you make a trend, you make it true. Also, we are kind of living in the I generation. So social media and the digital technologies have led to, in a way, a very individualistic approach. It's about what I want. I need, I want, I request. And the response of social media and of technology is usually, we get you what you need, and easily. We just serve you what you need. But it's the same actually with, I usually bring the example of processed food, right? We have a tendency to like fatty, sugary, salty food. So, and the industry has made it very easy to access these kind of foods. And when I look at the Post Cafe this morning, what do we see? We see fatty, sugary, salty food. It's easy because it serves our needs very particularly, but it also has an effect on our waste and our health as well. So we are looking at how these risks I've just mentioned, I just mentioned a short summary of that, how these risks affect our societies and politics in particular. So how does a society change when powerful algorithms and with their ability to determine our individual preferences, how does this change our society? And I would like to have Jihen now to perhaps give us an overview over what the problems actually are, in particular, when it comes to the digital platforms, and what we can actually do to mitigate these societal and political issues. Thank you.
Thanks, Uta, for giving me the space to talk. First, I'm going to present myself in English. Jihen RAHMOUNI, co-founder, CEO of Pepolls. Actually, when it comes to talking about the problems of social network, we cannot ignore the fact Google, TikTok, Meta, or these companies are the largest companies in the world right now, and addressing their harms or their problems won't be easy in reality. But it's like we cannot ignore, as you said, the social and psychological harms they are inflicting in our everyday life. The most important part is when we discuss the vast monopolization of power they have over data right now, which became a problem for tech innovators to have the possibility to create new platforms. These major companies are holding the monopoly over everything. So either you are part of them or they destroy you, or you became a partner or you're done. So that's one of the most important problem. And as you said, the spread of fake news, which became largely a huge problem that is like creating difficulties for democracy, especially that we heard over the 5 years problem with elections over the world and how they are like stopping freedom of speech when it comes to certain countries and certain communities. And the major thing is that every time these kind of platforms, when they are asked to address their problem or present their problems, they tend to hide the real reports and bring kind of fake reports in front of governments to discuss their problems or present their part of the story. This can be addressed easily when you implement something called humane technologies. It's when you are designing or coding your product, try to make it value-centric. Try to think about the human being behind the screen, how they are feeling, their psychology, their mental health. Implementing solutions that can help these communities or these people behind the screen have fair and access and equal rights when it comes to opportunities. The most important part also is to create user interfaces and user experiences that respect the sensitive psychological human part of us. I will not also ignore the fact that many of these social networks or data giants in the world like Google or Amazon or any others, they tend to narrow the gap between the powerful and the marginalized people. So it's kind of a problem because they are like giving more power to those who are with them or implementing their ideas and projects, and tend to ignore marginalized countries or small companies sometimes in other areas of the world. So we tend to think about creating solutions that reduce greed and hatred while building it on shared reality and not just like fragmented realities. So this is mainly the thing when it comes to humane technology and how we implement it.
And Jihen, how can we mitigate this? I understand you have a particular idea with your organization called Pepolls. Would you like to present that to us?
I will be switching over there for the presentation. Thank you. I hope it's open. Yes, I just need the presentation over here. Thank you, Uta, for presenting. So I'm going to switch to Arabic, if you don't mind, so that I can explain the concept for everybody. باش نبدل للعربي وهذا كان grâce à Mme.Uta سمحت لي الحكاية هذيا. Je souhaite présenter Pepolls, qui est un concept tunisien, 100% tunisien, start-up تونسية نخدموا على nouvelles technologies. Mais start-up اللي هي قاعدة تمبلمنتي في humane technologies as part of their concept. So the idea here is that, no, it's not mine. Sorry. Go for it. Okay. طالبوا مني جماعة باش نفسرها rapidement sans la présentation, mais si vous souhaitez تحبوا تشوفوها, à tout moment, on peut partager ça via les réseaux sociaux et le site web de Pepolls. L'approche qu'on a adoptée, c'est une approche qui est more value-centric approach. Donc l'idée de Pepolls, c'est de bâtir des solutions technologiques implémentées avec la technologie du blockchain, mais qui assure une présence digitale humaine secure through the data. لهنا on a essayé de challenger الحاجات اللي موجودة في العالم توا باش نخلقوا des solutions ولا un écosystème اللي يكون كله relié بعضه. Donc l'idée كانت أنه Pepolls, par exemple, the social DApp qui est basé sur la technologie blockchain is more sensitive to human nature. Where actually what is linked, it is linked through the wallet login at the process of the login, where we don't want to collect data from the users. We want them to feel more secure about their data. And here also it ensures a rewarding system inside the social DApp. The other part also, Pepolls is based on polls mainly. So here, c'est plus façon je poste l'information ou je mets une photo ou la vidéo, mais plutôt poster quelque chose et interagir avec elle de façon qu'on peut assurer oui, non, j'aime, j'aime pas, je choisis هذه ولا هذه. Donc c'est des méthodes اللي هما موجودين généralement في les sondages, mais on les a inclus de manière أنها تكون أكثر social. وهذايا ما جايش هكاكا، جاي من فيلوسوفي كاملة. It's the philosophy of Nietzsche, the philosophy of inquiry, اللي استعملوها في الإدوكاسيون في الأعوام الأخرانية، اللي أعطت la possibilité باش نطوروا أفكار how to think together, is to implement this social aspect of how we can think together, how to build new things or new ways for communication. Ça marche pas. Je ne sais pas si ça marche ou pas. Who's touching with me? Ok, je vais en finir. Aussi, on a bâti au sein de l'application, au sein du réseau social, la partie débat, où au lieu d'avoir des commentaires, il y aura aussi la partie débat. Donc, implémenter la partie débat dans les commentaires, c'est plutôt engager les uns les autres dans un discours, et plutôt it promotes problem solving. We can debate with each other instead of putting a comment and then go. It's like joining a debate. We know that we have rules for the debate inside this, where you accept these rules and have to follow them, triggered through time. And also, very importantly, it can help also express your point of views and pushes the human people to value these interactions and learn how to compromise with each other. La deuxième partie, c'est qu'on a choisi... Vas-y. Passez. Ah, d'accord, ok. So, la troisième partie qu'on a inclue au sein du réseau social Pepolls, c'est l'idée de connect. علاش ajouter un friend ولا follow كيف ما يصير على الانستغرام اللي already برشا عباد قاعد تحكي في لي رابور نتاعها وكانوا يخدموا في لي زونتيتي هذيا قاعدين يقولوا اللي ثم a lot of psychological and mental harm في ال way of connections لدرجة أنه احنا كناس ولينا shepherd قطيع متاع غنم هكا نتبعوا في المعلومة ولا we follow somebody. That's why we included when we are building Pepolls, we included the connect. That's the idea to implement a more positive social encounter. Cette partie-là, to ensure better mental and emotional well-being while connecting with each other and engaging in in the network between each other. Aussi, quand on était en train de travailler à la user experience and user interface with Pepolls, we included a trend button. اللي برشا عباد سألتنا قالونا علاش حطيتوها بوتون. البوتون هذه اتحطت to make the interaction more humane. The trends are going to be more humane. ما همش بازي على des algorithmes, على AI. يقرر شنو trending وشنو لا. ويمكن لهنا باش نستعمل الانكدوت اللي ديما جهاد لو سي او لو كوفاندر دو بيبولز يقولها لي ترند نتاع بيبولز نتاع لي ريزو سوسيو ان جينيرال تلقاهم اورينتي فيغ شاهد فستان هيفا وهبي يسقط تلقاها جينيرالمون تدخل باش تتفرج في الترند هذا شنو تلقى that's trending but is it really important to watch something like this? Is it really a trend to see something like this? علاش ما توليش الترند هذيا باغ ان بوتون اللي اكسيون هيومين وين انت en fin de choisir les intérêts نتاعك تنجم تشوف لي ترند في لي انتيري نتاعك كيف ما تنجم تشوف لي ترند نتاع النتورك الكل في السوشيال نتورك. So making it and directing it toward a more humane button. حاجة أخرى اللي عملناها يمكن في Pepolls كستارت اب اللي pas simplement the social gap كانت فيها الادوبشن تاع humane technology, mais حتى tout l'écosystème de Pepolls est bâti around هالفكرة ولا هالايديولوجيا هذيا. لدرجة أنه the social gap فسرتها لكم P-Store is going to be a social market اللي فسرها بالتونسي كيف بيع اللي تحب وقت اللي تحب بالسوم اللي تحب عليه. برشا عباد قاعدة تتساءل هذا الكل كيفاش باش يصير. L'idée de la social market, c'est de l'opportunité de mettre en valeur les services qui sont les produits, pas simplement des plateformes e-commerce où nous pouvons des services ou des produits. C'est plutôt un social market où tu trouves tout chose et même toi, freelancer, tu offres le service ou le produit via la plateforme Pepolls. La partie troisième dans le projet de Pepolls, c'est aussi P-Tribe. P-Tribe, c'est un réseau B2B. Le réseau يخدم على economic inclusion, où on va bâtir des solutions pour interagir dans des groupes, que شركة elle peut créer le groupe نتاعها, تنجم تدخلهم يدخلوا في الجروب نتاعها, mais ça sera géré via un NFT. كيما ال NFT نستعملوه on interagit sur le NFT pour avoir d'autres choses derrière. Ça, c'est des groupes qui sont créés par des entreprises où ils peuvent contacter ou mettre leur réseau sur le NFT, gérer des affaires entre eux, avoir des échanges entre eux. وأهم حاجة يمكن هذا c'est d'implémenter le système de bartering, service contre service, produit contre produit, avoir des promotions sur le réseau B2B. هذا باش يعاون الشركات يمكن مش كان الكبيره mais حتى الشركات الصغيره باش تنجم هي تدخل elle crée ses propres réseaux via ces NFT là pour avoir le pouvoir باش تكون هي حره اكثر في التداولات الاقتصاديه نتاعها. وسا مونت ان بوفوار اللي ما عادش ثم جاب ما بين عبد عنده مونوبوليزاسيون وعباد صغار وين كي تكري لو ريزو تولي ناس الكل كبار. Donc c'est l'écosystème de Pepolls où هذا الكل connecté via un wallet. Vu que les trois projets sont bâtis sur la technologie du blockchain, il y aura un wallet. Le wallet هذايا باش تخول المعاملات داخل l'écosystème via un coin, le P-coin, وين نجموا بالنسبه للريزو سوسيال الادز اللي قاعدين نشوفوا فيها توا نعملوا لها سكيب ادز ما نحبوش نتفرجوا فيها باش نوليو نحكيو اكثر على مونيتايزيشن باش نحكيو انه العبد اللي باش يحط فلوسه بور فير دو ماركتينغ وما يعرفش ثم وين الريتيرن اون انفستمنت تاعو وصل باش تولي ريالمون البارتاجي وين تو وين ما بين الماركتر اليوزر and the whole ecosystem. Donc, إذا كان في وسط Pepolls, a marketer monetizes his pool and reaches the consumer collects these coins, and then later on he can go to P-Store. في وسط P-Store باش يلقى نفس الشركات هذوكم اللي شافهم في المونيتايزيشن ads, ينجم يشري من عندهم les produits. Donc ça assurera un retour sur investissement clair et net pour ceux qui sont en train de faire du monetization في وسط le social debt. بالنسبة كيف للواليت is going to ensure also to build a balanced digital space. الناس الكل تنجم تربح فيه via le Bitcoin. Le coin sera utilisé au sein de l'écosystème pour assurer اللي كنا نحكيو عليه قبيلة the shared value. Thank you, Uta, for giving us this opportunity and welcome into all questions.
Thank you so much, Jihen, and Jihen là-bas, I think, yeah. That's a really inspiring project, and I would like to give her the floor, and then we can discuss it a little further. I have hundreds of questions, actually, and would also like to give the audience the opportunity to ask. So thank you very much. Now we're talking a little bit more about the human vulnerabilities when designing technologies. In order to avoid negative externalities they produce, and Jihen has just explained to us. Addressing these issues is actually the key to mitigate the risk of digital technologies so that we maximize our benefit from the opportunities they offer. So what are these opportunities for our societies? Uissal will talk about collective intelligence as a core to the social network approach. What role can community-led solutions play in order to address the challenges Tunisia faces today, and how can digital solutions and technologies facilitate leveraging collective intelligence? On a besoin de notre micro, s'il vous plaît.
Thank you. Thank you, Uta. So, welcome everyone. Yeah, exactly. With the outbreak of COVID, Tunisia was subject of many kinds of transformations, and those transformations impacted economies and people's lives. At the heart of these transformations, we can talk about social innovation, collective intelligence, and community solutions that were here actually to create and implement innovative, I would say, or creative solutions to the problems that exist on the ground. If I may talk a bit about collective intelligence as its simplest, it could be understood as the enhanced capacity of people, community, a group of people actually working together, so we can have the best use of their capacities, diversity, best practices that they have, the collective thoughts that they have and shared together, so we can build more sustainable and effective and efficiency solutions to the problem that we are facing with all this challenging that we are facing nowadays.
Merci. From your perspective, and also in terms of your of the project you're running, and we hear you are the operations manager of Future Islands. So tell us a little bit what you do and what are the factors of success in order to include collective intelligence in your work. Like, how does this work practically? And how do you keep that going also on an ongoing basis? I know we do a lot of surveys, etc. We collect data. But how do you ensure continued success with your approach?
So, I'm the operation manager of Future Island, but I'm also the project manager of the Social Innovators Network. It's a 100% platform program, was launched in March 2020. And since that, we are supporting community-led initiatives that provide solutions to the problems that we are facing on the ground. So how we work or what are the value propositions of Social Innovators Network, or when we talk about social innovation in general. Okay, we have to keep like the mindset of experimenting and testing. We have to keep collaborating with many stakeholders, gather all those stakeholders around the same table, so at the end of the journey we have like the right solutions to a proper problem that exists in field. What else can I say? I don't know, I lost words.
Just give us an idea, what is a success story with social innovators? Just tell me, what's the added value you give by using collective intelligence?
Okay, as I mentioned, we launched Social Innovators Network back in March 2020. So then we wanted to test, actually, the community and the sense how it's going to work. Social innovation all over the world is working, and they are doing magnificent work and solutions. But here in Tunisia, it's still like a shy approach. People don't know what it social innovation it means in a way. So we're starting by gathering those people. Hey, who wants to collaborate? Who wants to give from his insights or ideas or expertise to help a social innovator to move on with his idea? During COVID, every one of us, I think, was thinking, I have a solution in a problem in my community. I can find a solution to this problem. So let's talk bottom-up approach, and let's gather all those people to implement these solutions, after all, to a proper problem. We don't expect solutions from, sorry for that, people in their bureaus, but no, we are the user of this solution, so let's be around the same table and try to extract as much as we can of this intelligence of each one of us, and have a solutions that will find like the right solution and will be sustainable and more efficient than a solution that will be implemented from other people or other, I don't know, other policies in a way.
Thank you, Ouissal. The whole concept of collective intelligence is actually finding bottom-up solutions, but also trying to formulate problems in a better way by taking into consideration communities and the opinions of the communities, and by engaging them, by not lecturing to them, but by actually involving them in the formulation of problems. And that's actually at heart of politics. That's what a member of parliament is for, right? Normally, they actually should help formulating the problems that exist at community level. So coming to Wala, actually, and that's a great transition, because what Wala does, Wala Kasmi, she actually puts this approach into practice. And she's running a pilot at the moment for the Hanns Seidel Foundation. We have 5 local centers in 5 places in Tunisia. And what Wala does is she's using technology for creating local solutions. And she's not just looking for solutions, but she's actually also scouting for the core of the problem by implementing as well a bottom-up approach. So I don't know whether Wala is with us right now. I think she's in Toronto. Wala, are you with us? Perhaps you can first of all explain to us, I had to look that up, what is the concept of a decentralized autonomous organization, and how do you utilize this technology to help you with your bottom-up approach? We can't hear her. Sorry, Wale, we can't hear you now. Just hang on a second, please. We see you, but we can't hear you, and we haven't gotten you on the big screen yet. Okay, I have 4 people working on this there now. So maybe to bridge the gap and also to include the audience until we wait for Wale to come online. Perhaps what we actually plan on doing, and we have actually partnered already with Pepolls and with Wale on one of her projects, actually called Tisopia. So we want actually, the Hanns Seidel Foundation wants to help young, innovative people to probe these ideas. So like Ouissal also mentioned, what's important for us with these new technologies is that we pilot them, that we actually give the opportunity to try them out and to see whether they work or not. And I think that also, that's a big opportunity. And we actually look for other organizations or entrepreneurs who particularly have an idea that has an effect on social impact. So that's also a call to the audience. If you have an idea that looks into problems of the economy, climate change, social issues, please do get in touch with us and present your idea. Perhaps we can, maybe we should just, are they getting this going? I don't know. They're trying to solve this. Okay. Perhaps we can start taking questions for the meantime. Perhaps I could take 2 questions from the audience. Are we getting it? Ole is here?
Hello?
Yes.
Hello? Hello? Yeah, do you hear me? Hello? Yeah. Do you hear me?
Yes, please. Yeah, we hear you.
Do you hear me? That's perfect. That's perfect. Okay, so...
Brilliant. We hear you very well now.
Hello,
please start.
Merci pour l'invitation. Bonjour tout le monde.
Brilliant. Very well now.
Oh, that's perfect. Alors, donc, merci pour tout le monde, merci pour les interventions précédentes qui étaient inspirantes, merci pour Social Innovation Network and Pepolls, merci pour la fondation Hanns Seidel pour ce panel qui est très très intéressant, qui je pense est dans le cœur de la discussion de ce qui se passe actuellement en Tunisie. Parce que on parle depuis maintenant 3 ans de bottom-up building, on utilise beaucoup ces termes sans pour autant avoir la possibilité de les définir ou de mettre en place des outils qui vont nous permettre justement de faire ce bottom-up building. Donc, on a commencé, je vais faire une présentation sur les 8 ans de travail qu'on a fait et le test qu'on a mené en Tunisie depuis le 1er juin 2014, qui a abouti finalement à ce qu'on appelle le groupe Alpha. Donc le groupe Alpha qui est un groupe multidimensionnel et espérant international, avec ses différentes structures. Donc le groupe Alpha, dans le groupe Alpha, on porte une théorie du changement. Donc une théorie du changement je vais expliquer. Donc pour chaque théorie de changement, on a le pourquoi, le comment et le quoi. Donc pour nous, notre pourquoi, plus au fait que l'utilisation du digital est devenue une utilisation quotidienne dans la vie humaine, on pense que le numérique nous a permis d'inventer de nouvelles formes d'organisation et de nouvelles formes de collaboration humaine. Donc, avant, jusqu'à maintenant en fait, mais avant, le mot sapien, l'être humain, il s'est organisé dans des organisations sous forme pyramidale, comme les partis politiques, comme les associations, comme les entreprises, toutes formes d'organisation créées par l'humain, l'homo sapiens, on aime appeler cet humain homo sapiens, C'est un type d'organisation qui est pyramidale, qui tourne autour des personnes. Donc, et avec Internet, en fait, si vous connaissez l'image d'Internet et l'interconnexion des réseaux, en fait, Internet dans sa définition, c'est le réseau des réseaux, et chaque réseau, c'est une interconnexion d'ordinateurs. Nous, on est parti du constat que derrière chaque ordinateur, derrière chaque outil connecté, il y a un être humain qui est en train de prendre une action qu'elle soit économique, culturelle, politique. Donc, plus qu'au fait que ces êtres humains sont en train d'utiliser ces outils numériques, ils sont en train de s'organiser d'une manière totalement différente. Et on va jusqu'à dire qu'on est devant une nouvelle espèce, on a un nouveau être humain qui est, qu'on appelle Homo sapiens numérique. Et ces personnes, en fait, ces êtres humains connectés, ils s'organisent autour de missions. On s'en fout derrière chaque ordinateur, mais on s'organise autour de missions. Dans l'ancien monde, tout se passe du haut vers le bas. Ça veut dire que c'est une approche top-down et qui nécessairement passe par le facteur âge. Du coup, on a pour accéder à l'argent, pour have access to wealth, on doit avoir, si on n'a pas hérité, on doit prendre l'ascenseur social, on doit étudier, avoir accès à un salaire, et chaque année on a une augmentation de salaire et on finit à la retraite avec un dépôt qui porte notre nom et prénom. Pareil pour la prise de décision, tout se passe par le haut. Donc si on n'a pas hérité, tout se passe même dans le régime qui est le meilleur régime qui a été inventé par les humains, c'est la démocratie représentative. Il y a toujours une élite qui décide pour tout le monde. Donc, et dans dans notre nouveau monde, tout se passe par le bas. En fait, Internet, ça fait qu'on peut devenir très riche, on peut devenir des billionnaires, alors qu'on a 20 ans, on a 21 ans, c'est on maîtrise le monde du net. Pareil pour la prise de décision. On peut dire que Internet a permis aux gens de s'organiser autour de missions, et c'est généralement des missions de rupture. On a vu ça en Iran, on a vu ça en Tunisie, on a vu ça en Égypte. Il y avait toujours des mouvements. Leur mission était une mission de rupture. Tout le monde s'organisait autour d'une mission de rupture. Par exemple, en Tunisie, on avait Déléguée, au Sénégal, on avait Mme.Ouissal, au Burkina Faso, on avait le palais citoyen. Il y avait tout le temps des gens qui s'organisaient face au numérique d'une façon décentralisée et autonome pour une mission. Une mission, généralement, en politique, c'est une mission de rupture. Et on appelle ça political action. Ça veut dire on a pris on a fait des actions politiques. Ça a évolué après pour faire de l'influence politique. Vous savez qu'à chaque fois qu'il se passe quelque chose, on mène des campagnes en ligne pour faire de la pression sur les décideurs. Et on estime, nous, dans notre groupe, que la première fois où une organisation décentralisée et autonome est arrivée au pouvoir, c'était en 2019 aux élections présidentielles. Donc on s'est posé pendant toutes ces années comment on peut répondre, quel genre d'organisation on doit créer en Tunisie pour justement offrir cette possibilité d'être autonome et d'être décentralisé, et en même temps de créer des solutions ou de créer une nouvelle alternative dans la vie. Donc la question était quelle forme on devrait créer pour avoir une plateforme sociale, économique, politique, qui est bottom-up, qui est constructive, et qui est continue dans le temps. Parce qu'on a eu beaucoup d'initiatives qui étaient décentralisées et autonomes un peu partout dans le pays, comme Halek Wari, par exemple, qui étaient ponctuelles, qui n'a pas continué. On a eu des initiatives qui étaient en fait toujours dans la rupture, comme Manish comme on a eu en fait beaucoup d'organisations décentralisées et autonomes autour de missions qui se sont organisées en Tunisie, qui ont eu un impact. Donc c'était la plus grande question, qu'est-ce qu'on va créer? On va créer une association, une entreprise, un parti politique, qu'est-ce qu'on va créer? Donc au final, on est arrivé à créer tout un écosystème. Et on a lancé cette année avec la fondation Hanns Seidel le pilote de la communauté Alpha qui est une DAO, c'est une organisation décentralisée et autonome qui n'a pas de structure politique, aucune structure politique, mais c'est une communauté qui agit pour l'intérêt général. Cette communauté, elle est, on peut la définir à travers les tools et les outils qu'on a créés, d'une part, et à travers les valeurs qu'elle porte. Donc c'est comme ça que s'organise notre communauté. En fait, à travers Alpha, notre objectif c'est de créer des innovations publiques pour l'intérêt général, des innovations pour people interest. Et l'objectif c'est de trouver une campagne, on vient de créer, on vient d'animer des ateliers, d'accompagner ceux qui veulent changer des choses au niveau local, à créer des initiatives. Nous, contrairement à l'entrepreneuriat social, on n'utilise pas le mot créer des solutions, on crée des solutions. On essaie d'aider les gens à rêver autrement, à revenir, à rêver d'un idéal en fait, et à revenir sur Terre et repenser comment on peut partir de notre réel vers l'idéal qui a été imaginé par la communauté. Donc, notre objectif, c'est d'avoir une centaine de communautés DAO, et je vous invite de rejoindre la page DAO Alpha Tunisie, Alpha avec S. C'est votre ce qu'on est en train de faire sur terrain. Donc, on a aussi créé un venture builder qui s'appelle Tisopia. Tisopia, donc son nom, c'est Technology into Tisopia, c'est le digital au service de l'intérêt général. Ça veut dire qu'on est plus orienté à de l'utilisation du numérique pour résoudre des problématiques et pour créer réaliser des visions. Notre projet français c'est Pepolls, et je vous invite aussi à rejoindre Pepolls, qui est notre initiative et systémique pour l'inclusion économique à travers le numérique. Donc, en fait, on a utilisé Pepolls qui est partie dans l'incubateur social de la partie ideation à la partie incubation. On l'a accéléré avec Tisopia et en même temps, grâce à WeCode, on a défini le chemin pour créer des initiatives par le bas en Tunisie. Donc, notre communauté, comme elle peut créer des startups, elle peut créer des festivals, elle peut créer des campagnes, elle peut créer des lois, de nouvelles lois, des lois qui est en train de discuter même, c'est la loi de la DAO, comment on peut créer un nouveau cadre juridique en Tunisie, les DAO, en fait, les DAO, il y a deux endroits seulement dans le monde qui ont adopté ce cadre juridique. Il y a le Wyoming aux États-Unis et récemment c'est Tennessee, le gouvernorat de Tennessee, state qui a adopté la loi autour des DAO. Donc notre DAO, avec des outils qu'on a développés, des outils d'innovation publique, on peut créer des solutions, créer des visions par le bas, les tester et voir qu'est-ce qu'on peut adopter au niveau national et au niveau international. Si vous voyez, la même démarche, c'est la démarche entrepreneuriale qui se fait appliquer dans la vie publique. C'est l'Education, Innovation, Acceleration and Expansion. C'est la même démarche dans l'innovation et les itérations entrepreneuriales qu'on est en train d'adopter dans notre démarche. Donc, avec la fondation, on a un focus cette année sur la gouvernance, l'économie et l'environnement. Et on essaie comme je dis, d'utiliser les outils scientifiques qu'on a développés pour canaliser le potentiel des communautés locales et les amener à repenser la vie publique, repenser l'économie, repenser l'environnement. Donc, pourquoi Alpha, et ça va être mon dernier dernier slide. Donc, Alpha, c'est le nom de la génération qui a été une seconde, je ne vous entends pas, Alpha. Donc, le groupe Alpha, la dernière chose, c'est, voilà, Alpha, c'est pour parler de la génération qui est à partir du politique, de la génération de 30 qui n'a jamais connu le monde sans Internet et sans Internet.
Ah, voilà. Merci, Wale. I was just about to ask you to conclude. Thank you so much. To the organizers, we're actually running out of time, but due to the technical issues, can we add on 10 minutes, please? Who's in charge? Est-ce qu'on peut ajouter 10 minutes? Voilà. I would like to give the audience the opportunity to ask questions to the three presentations. Please, the floor is yours. Are there any questions, comments? I don't see any. Perhaps you can get up.
اللي عنده أي سؤال نجم يقف ويسألنا يعني.
Okay, since there's no questions, are you sure nobody wants to ask a question? Anyone from the team, maybe? From the two teams? Want to add something, perhaps? Is there anything you'd like to add? Would you like to?
Thank you. Thank you very much, ladies. It was interesting. I just wanted to ask Ouissal something. Ouissal, like the SEN just launched a new incubation program, citizen-centric digitalization for Tunisia, to incubate digital solutions for the public sector. So what the potential do you see for GovTech in Tunisia?
Yeah, in Tunisian we can say that shanty.
Shanty.
Yeah, a big one. And we launched the call to have to incubate and have 10 innovators within the journey, so they can have 10 proof of concept implemented in service institutional in Tunisia. At the beginning, we were too afraid of starting this challenge, but we have with us many municipalities on board, many public institutions with us. So it's about the concept that I was talking about, this collective intelligence, so we have everyone on board. What we are seeking at the end of the journey, or at the end of this incubation program, is going to be like a pilot program. We want to test if entrepreneurs or innovators really want to work with public institutions, or is there a potential to work with a public institution. But yes, I can say that we have received so many applications. We are in the process of the pre-selection to move on after that to the selection of our 10 innovators. I can just say that the potential is here. We have so many incredible solutions that can be implemented. We will be supporting those initiatives to be implemented after all, because we are seeking for their sustainability after the journey, and to duplicate maybe their solutions in different regions in Tunisia. So, yeah, let's wait and see the next upcoming months. And, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions or remarks? Yeah, Roger?
So, thank you, ladies. It was very interesting, and I have just one more question for Jihen. So, what perspective do you see for human technologists as people in Tunisia and the region?
Actually, I'm going to correct something that everybody tend to make a mistake about it. Is Pepolls, and it's taken from a common mistake made by our CEO. He always says peoples in like plural. So we added the people polls to make peoples. The future we coming for the coming days is like keep watching us. People, the social DApp is coming so soon, and you can download it, try it. So feel free to contact us if you want to be on the tester community. The implementation of the project is going to start here from Tunisia, and then we will work on the on making it international. This is how we're thinking about it for now, and keep also watching our future events. Last weekend we had the event with ISEC Tunisia, ISEC University, Hanns Seidel Foundation, the Central Bank of Tunisia invited us inside their building for Cipher Out event, so it went greatly. But Pepolls, Forex Club Tunisie, and the Central Bank are going to continue on their future collaboration with the foundation, Hanns Seidel Foundation, for other projects for impact. So expect these two in the future days and keep following us.
Thank you so much. I think that we can't get Wale on again, I suppose. I think, okay, let's not try. Maybe that just takes another 10 minutes. I apologize. So if there are if there are no other questions, I would like to conclude. May I? Okay, great. I would like to give big thanks to the organizers for the organization and for. Sorry, I wanted to say something, but I'm just keeping my mouth shut now. So thank you to API for giving us the opportunity to present 3 very complex projects, actually. It's not easy to wrap one's head around the problem initially, as well as the proposed solutions. But I would like to really take the opportunity to make a call onto everyone who's watching and following on this to actually look at this deeper and really try to understand this. I know we have all a very, very small attention span, but it's really worthwhile to look into this a little deeper and to see what the value is. We feel it's a great value also for developing spaces for democracy. So thanks to our partners, to Pepolls, and to Wale with Tisopia, and to Civic Tech, as well as the Future Islands, for supporting us. You are at the center of attention. It's not us, but you are at the center of the attention. Then thanks also to my incredible team at the Hanns Seidel Foundation that made this possible and actually organized and liaised with the organizers and organized everything involved in this. You're great. You're really incredible. Thank you so much. And thanks. And thanks to the audience. Sorry, this has been a bit heavy, but let's make it worthwhile and give us a proper applause to conclude. Thank you.